Oh man, day 1, 9, day 19, baby. Oh, it's been a fun little process. Let me just say, I definitely this has been a learning experience. Um, Even since I haven't smoked in the last 19 days. Um, I think I smoked that night on day 1. Had like that half joint left to help me get to bed. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about green and the process and the evolution and the other changes that have come with it. 1 second, I gotta get my magnesium juice. Man, Aska, you gotta make your bottles BPA free, man. I don't know what's up with that. I love your water. I love, the no fluoride, but man, BPA free, where you at? That's good stuff. So I noticed a little pattern, little subtle changes, that came with stopping the green, stopping the Mary Jane. So what I've noticed is like I think I naturally have addictive personality, because my mother is like a 3 decade plus long alcoholic. My father, I believe, is a maybe 3.5 decade plus cocaine addict. So I think it's safe to say that in my genes, there's a lot of addictive personality. I think it was an absolute blessing, it's beyond luck, that I just never really got into any of those. Um, I just kind of knew. I used to be a weekend warrior from I don't know, like 15, 16, all the way to like 25, 26. And then I just realized, there's no more fun in this. This isn't cool. This isn't fun anymore. It's stupid. It's lost all meaning. Certain people that used to be fun to do it with, you're not even friends with them no more, as time goes by. For me personally, I wasn't really even friends with the people I used to do it with after a certain age. So it was like, what am I even doing anymore? And just straighten this out a little bit. There you go. So I was like, what am I even doing anymore? It's like, and then I would start like drinking by myself at times as well. And who does that? Mommy, shame yourself. So I was always blessed that I didn't really get involved with, I mean, I would drink, I never put anything in my nose. Thank you, God. I saw people doing that at a young age, 13, 14, whatever. I know people who would do it, and I remember my exact words. No, 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 I'm gonna stick with this, and that's it, man. You can have all that for yourself. I don't think it's a good idea. I heard about my dad, and it doesn't sound like this doesn't sound like it brings you to a good place, or there's a very good outcome from putting stuff up your nose. So I just had the spirit of discernment at such a young age, and just the ability to judge well and say, no, not for me. So thank God for that. Alcohol, I mess with alcohol. What the hell was that? Oh, I think that was one of my water bottles doing a little crackle crackle. um, so alcohol was like, I messed with it, but thankfully it's like I knew my mom, you know, would drink every day, and thankfully I didn't like it that much anyway. I was like, this tastes like crap anyway, so I'll do it sometimes. And that's that. So basically, I never really was crazy about the alcohol. And then the next day, the next day was always like a living hell. It was terrible. So I only really did that like once a week, maybe when I was younger, late teens, early 20s. I used to do it like, I used to drink like maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And my God, those weeks when I did that, I needed like 2, 3 days to recover, and then all my gym progress would suffer. It was like there's a period of my life where I went to the gym, I think from about 20 all the way to like 26. It was almost like wasted time. It didn't even make sense because I was just self sabotaging for years, like weekend on week after weekend after weekend. It was like more common that I would go out and get drunk and sabotage myself and any progress that I made than, do something constructive or positive or, you know, create any building blocks for the future, As Dan Pena says, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Well, between 16 to about 15, 16 to about 26, I wasn't really, another term I've heard is stacking weekends. Because when you're being productive on the weekends and 90% of people are not, because they're still in that teenager type lifestyle of I gotta get messed up and forget about my reality on the weekend, living for the weekend, another expression. It's like, yeah, it was a lot of time wasted, but I'm very thankful that, um, I didn't really like alcohol that much, and I would just kind of do it because the people to do it with and the people it was fun to party with were around during those years, and then after that, as I mentioned earlier, I would I when there was no more people around, I would drink on the weekends, have a few drinks by myself, but it wasn't the same. I wasn't able to get smashed by myself. I'd have a few drinks, get a nice little vibe going, jam to some tunes. But aside from that, no, 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 it just wasn't. I drink alone. It was no George Thorogood for me. I was good on that. So I'm thankful for that, but Mary Jane, I smoked Mary Jane by myself for the better part of the time that I used it. Maybe about half. I think I used to smoke with people up about maybe 10 years ago, and then for the last 10 years, I would just smoke by myself. I didn't really want to be around people. Becomes awkward, everybody's stoned and then everybody's kind of paranoid and anxious, but you're all hanging together. So this creates kind of a weird vibe, if you ask me. That's just me personally. I haven't been a very social smoker for the last decade or so that I was using it. 10, 11, 12 years. I wasn't really, I'd rather be by myself. I smoke alone. That would be more suitable for me, That would be a better track for me. Wow, before, no longer. So I just wanted to actually say, I noticed because I do have like in my genes like a tendency to have addictive personality. The fact that I got rid of one addiction, and I even want to put it out there, I might smoke again in the future. I might, I might be a weekend smoker, or once in a while smoker, or once, twice a month smoker. I don't know, I can't say, you know. But what I do know is that by getting rid of it and just kind of kicking it, it's like it really helped with other things too. I used to I've done it even like just like last week or a week and a half ago, but like I like to like buy a bag of chips, but the problem is I can't I can't save any. I just ripped through that. I just ripped through that ish, like one shot. So yeah, I haven't done that in like even like in like a week. You know, there's this one thing that I really that was really bad for me. I don't know. I'm sure everyone knows that Costco's got these like giant bag, family size of kettle chips and Cape Cod and whatever else. I would get the healthier chips, non-GMO, uh, Himalayan salt. I would go for the healthier option. However, I'm still eating. Even with the big bag of Cape Cod, I would separate it into like Ziploc bags. So I would split it up. But I mean, some nights I would eat two Ziploc bags full of chips because of the munchies and just, the carb just make you want more and the salt. And I like salt. I don't really put too much salt in my food, but I like salty snacks. So, and I remember in the past, oh my God, I used to buy like a pack of Oreos. My man, what else was it? Like something like some Danishes, maybe some toast, some not toasted, but some like apple strudels and stuff, like a pack of them, and then like chips, and then this and that, and like I used to rotate. I'd eat like a row of cookies, then I'd eat the chips till it was too salty. Then I'd like eat like a strudel. I'd go back to the cookies, back to the chips, and I'd do a rotation. It's been a long time since I've done that because now I now realize that all that stuff is garbage. It's like it's all GMO, it's all cheap, it's all crap, it's all low quality food, and there's no nutritional value. Like you're just in the morning, I was just sitting on the can, for a good 30 minutes, just my body trying to reject all this stuff because it can't absorb any of it. So it's kind of pointless. So yeah, that's just an observation that I made. I don't I haven't bought chips in like a week, you know, and I'm not able to save any. I eat it all one shot, which is not really healthy. I mean, I don't know how much carbs and sugar and fat and whatever else it is, but it's probably not that great for you. So I just noticed like kicking one addiction kind of like snowballed into getting rid of other things as well too. I played around with Molly the last uh, played around with Molly the last 10 years or so, maybe 9 or 10 years. But not too excessively. It's something I enjoyed doing. I kind of replaced um, the like weekend few drinks with like just a little drop of Molly, because I liked the vibe and it was just different. I found it was more positive and it went better with like my choice of music, which is like EDM, house, progressive, stuff like that. So of course it's a great mix with that kind of music, that kind of frequency. Um, Uptones, they mix very well together. Uh, but I think now I haven't, and it was like a once a month, once monthly, once bi-monthly type of thing. So I mean, I think as of now, it's probably the longest I haven't done it in a while. Probably going on about 3 months that I haven't done it. I mean, New Year's is coming up, Christmas, holiday season. I might, dibble dabble and just treat myself. Might have a couple puffs, might have a little drop of Molly, whatever. Just a little something to take off the edge. Give myself a break during the holiday season. Everybody's drinking booze and whatever by the case, and putting things up their nose and whatever else they like to do, which is all good. I don't judge nobody. I'm just saying, like, I might just, they have a nibble of this, have a nibble of that, just to, kick back, enjoy myself, whatever. However, it's just an observation that I made. I haven't messed with the mall in about, I would say a cool 2.5, 3 months about. I don't even remember. I don't really count it anymore. I used to count it. I used to be like, okay, I did it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Okay, at 4 weeks I can do it again. My serotonin will be back. I used to like plan it out. It was like it it had some kind of a hold over me, which is never good. Um, So now I can go 2, 3 months without it, and I'm fine. I'm not really thinking about it. I'm not craving it. I have no real desire. It's more like, hey, time and a place, uh, right time, my place, reward yourself for several months of progress type thing. So that's just a few observations I had. Cut down on chips, cut down on the mall. This knuckle, man, needs physio. Cut down on the chips, cut down on the mall, cut down on the green, and but this weekend was my friend's birthday, and I drank a whole bottle of Havana Club with him. We split it. Uh, and I hadn't drank before that for maybe 2.5 months, something like that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's been like a snowball effect and a domino effect. It's like get rid of one thing, and then it's like it just kind of was like a good, a catalyst, like a nice little motivational push to kind of, I guess, just like take it easy with other things as well. It just happened naturally, which I find super cool, and I just wanted to come on here tonight and share that. I hope it helps somebody. I think it's a really cool observation that I made, that just getting rid of one thing just kind of like subconsciously help with other things as well. So I hope that helped you. I hope that helped somebody. I hope you're having a good evening, morning, night, wherever you're at. I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance. I'm out.